Hello, good morning. Today is Saturday, the 24th. This is Scott. Welcome to the meditation. I hope you're doing well. Today, I will talk for a little bit, and then we'll get into a guided practice. It'll go for about maybe 50 or so minutes. And we do a integration on my channel of different dimensions of our being, where we practice noticing the physical body, the sensations, our emotions in our heart, our thoughts in our mind, and the nuance or the subtlety of inside and outside in a relational way. And today I'd like to talk a little bit more about situational awareness, which was something that I had brought up yesterday. I think young people in particular need to start early doing awareness work, because the world that they will inherit from us will be a world that they need more situational awareness in. And the reason I think that is because of just looking at the speed of things in my own lifetime with the advent of the internet. You know, you had a dial-up modem in the 90s, and you had email, and it was like brand new, and it was like the Wild West then. And just the speed in my own lifetime, I imagine what young people will, like children and young adults, will turn, what they'll inherit from us later. And a good skill is situational awareness, which means you are actually aware of the situation that you are in. And I think because most young people are tuned into their device, their phone, or the internet, or the social media, they're more tuned into that than the actual meat space of where their body resides. I think that can lead to issues and disconnection and isolation. So that's why I had brought this up. And, on the other side of situational awareness is like this, there are people that are very highly sensitive people. I've always been one of those. I think that there are people with more sensitivity than others. I just think that's just the nature of diversity in people. And I don't think sensitivity is weakness. I don't think it's something that we should tell people to toughen up over. I think we just have to learn how to utilize our sensitivity in the world. So if you're a sensitive person like me, this also is useful because you strengthen your ability to regulate yourself in changes and in situations. It's one thing to become aware of your situation that you are in, and then what happens after you become aware. Maybe the emotional component, or the psychological component, or the spiritual part can impact your life. Becoming aware of things isn't always about love and light. Sometimes it's about recognizing danger. So that's the important thing that I'm trying to get across today. So today we're going to start with the Donna Eden technique, where you cross your feet. Make sure your feet are crossed at least at the ankles. You take your hands, you bring them up, and pull them into your chest, and then breathing in through the nose and then out through the mouth. Feeling the energy bouncing and moving. Very good. And then making sure to flick away from your body, just away from your energy field. Good. And then now we'll practice a little bit of a sort of a yin style breath, where you breathe in for 4 and like a count of 4, and then hold for a count of 7, and then breathe out for a count of 8. So starting with the eyes closed, breathing in for 4, hold for 7, and breathe out for 8. Breathe in for 4, hold for 7, breathe out for 8. And then continue at your own pace. Great, and we'll do 2 more cycles. Excellent. And then allowing your breath to return to your usual way of breathing. And just tuning into your body and the earth. On the in-breath, feeling all in and around your body. And on the out-breath, a downward movement through your body, like melting, softening into the earth. Feeling your body on the in-breath and then on the out-breath, softening, creating space, melting down through your body into the earth. Each breath wave is an opportunity to get a little closer to your body. And if you like, you can add a pause at the end of the out breath where you let go. Letting go in the pause, doing nothing, just release. Recognizing the depth of the connection you can have with your body is magnificent. And feeling the earth underneath you in a grounding way, very useful in times of stress and overwhelm. attention up into your heart space, feeling your heart, center of your chest, the heart chakra, your physical heart, your spiritual heart. Just tuning into your heart space on the in-breath, and on the out-breath, softening and expanding, letting your heart expand or deepen. And becoming aware of your emotions, noticing what you're feeling. You could be experiencing any of the 5 main cardinal emotions, for example, like anger, sadness, fear, joy, or shame. Just noticing what is emotionally present for you right now, and allowing yourself to feel just a little bit without making your emotions wrong or bad. And then recognizing on the in-breath and the out-breath how just amazing your heart space is. The ability for it to, on one hand, keep you alive by moving the blood throughout your body, and the other hand, keeping you emotionally healthy, being able to relate to yourself and others. And also a kind of spiritual component of your heart, of depth, expansion. kind of connection to the whole of life on and in throughout our planet. And if you like, you can add a pause at the end of the out breath. So feeling your heart space on the in breath, on the out breath, letting go deeper into your heart. And then in the pause, just feeling the sense of expansion of your heart, the depth of your heart. Very good. And then now we'll bring our attention up into our head, feeling your head on the in-breath and in and around your skull, feeling your third eye, center of the forehead between your eyebrows, top of the head, where your head, sort of where your spine meets your skull. You can even feel into your jaw and tongue. And then on the out breath, just softening and letting go of tension, just letting it dissolve. In breath, feeling in and around your head, and then out breath, just softening, dissolving. Becoming aware of how active or busy your mind is. You could even give it a rating, like a scale of 1 to 10, how busy your mind is. 1 being very calm, peaceful, and 10 being pretty much like a zoo. Just noticing how busy your mind is without making that wrong or bad, just becoming aware. And allowing your thoughts to just come and go without getting involved in the thinking aspect of your thoughts. Sometimes when we are overthinking, we are under feeling. You can always come back to feeling your head, the connection of your body to the earth, and take the ride of the breath back to the softening downward into the earth. can add a pause if you like on the end of the out breath, feeling your head on the in breath, on the out breath, softening in and around your skull. And then at the end of the out breath, you can pause and let go into the vast field of your mind. Very good. And then now we'll spend a little time with the eyes open and gently opening your eyes and allowing the work we just did to remain without evaporating. And just spending some time with the breath, the in breath and the out breath before we get into the next practice. Take both of your hands, bring them up over your head. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Great, 2 more. Awesome. And just on the in-breath, feeling around you, feeling the environment around you, and then on the out-breath, a downward movement through your inside of your body and into the earth. And noticing the difference on the in-breath, feeling outside, and then on the on the out-breath, feeling inside your body. Just noticing the difference between feeling outside and inside. Feeling around you on the in-breath, and then on the out-breath, your interiority, the inside of your being on the out-breath. You can tune into the kind of way in which your morning is, or whatever time it is for you when you watch this. You can feel kind of like a space-time component to connecting to the environment around you on the in-breath, and the out-breath inside you and into the earth. You can kind of feel a kind of deep listening component. Deep listening to the environment and your interiority. And you can add a pause, if you like, at the end of the out-breath, where you let go into the land. And continue to do the feeling of around you on the in-breath, inside you on the out-breath, and then letting go into the land in the pause. If you like to, you can also add in the feeling of a kind of unconditional love toward yourself, or a kind of compassion, or the attitude toward the in-breath feeling around you is one of compassion or love, and the out-breath toward yourself, a kind of compassion or love. Like a self-compassion, self-love. Very good. And then from here we can set our prayers and our intentions for the day. May this work that we do ripple out into our life and out into the community. Amen. Thank you for spending time with me, and wishing you a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.